Oh, thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, where I can talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about on my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9 yards there. So now we're going to get into my top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL. We're going to start with 40 and 39 today. Number 40, Desmond Ridder, quarterback out of the Atlanta Falcons. Great athlete, great traits, but why is he at 40? Well, he played in college last year, so that done him a little bit. But in terms of him as a physical specimen, he's great, right? Very natural athlete, can get to the edge of a defense relatively quickly. You can use him in the read option game, the zone read game. He has a strong arm. He's really good at attacking one-on-one matchups down the field. He's an extremely smart football player. So with all that, how could Desmond Ridder be at 40? The last spot. Well, there's a lot of the intricate parts of quarterback play that I don't think he does very well. He's an inconsistent thrower, has bad pocket presence, has bad ball placement, doesn't read the whole field, stares down his wide receivers, overthrows his wide receivers to the point where they're having to adjust back to the ball, and it's making very awkward catches for his guys like Alec Pierce, who was a star wide receiver last year. So with all of that and that inconsistency as a thrower, that's why Desmond Ridder is at number 40. So now we get into number 39, Jacoby Brissett, who will be the starter right now for the Cleveland Browns for their first 3 games of the season. So Jacoby Brissett, one of the more physically gifted backup QBs in this league. Guys aren't as strong as him, big as him, thick as him, have the type of power in his arm, right? And I think the Browns can relatively hold the water with him. He has experience as a starter, which is the biggest reason why he's ahead of a Desmond Ridder. One of the toughest QBs in the NFL, is willing to get hit in the pocket and make throws down the field, which I love. 6'4", 231 pounds, can absorb those big hits. He's tough to bring down in the pocket. He can shrug off defensive linemen. He can really push the ball down the field with his powerful arm. Has some sidearm ability in terms of making awkward throws when his throwing motion is compromised, and knows when to throw the football away, and knows what he's supposed to do and what the goal of the offense is when he is on the field. And Jacoby, he climbs the pocket well. When there's pressure in the pocket, he does a good job of climbing it to make those throws as well as running. And he can run through contact when he does decide to run. He can run through linebackers. He can run through safeties. So with Brissett, some of his limitations are kind of the same as Ridder. Bad anticipation, not really good at those touch precision throws, holds on to the ball too long. Why it's great that he's willing to hang in the pocket and have big plays down the field. He'll hold on to the ball too much and he'll get sacked. Bad pocket awareness, which isn't good, particularly if, let's say, you're on a 2nd and 9 and he gets sacked and now it's 3rd and 15 or whatever, right? That's not good quarterback play. But the biggest reason why he gets the nod over Ridder, right, his experience, right? He had time starting in New England. He had time starting in Indianapolis. He had time starting with the Miami Dolphins. So with the Browns, and what I would tell Browns fans is he's just good enough for you guys to hold the water, right? You're going to run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You're going to have to work the middle of the field with Njoku and Amari Cooper. Can't have too much passing, too much precision passing, because I don't think he can handle that throwing it more than 20 times a game on a consistent basis. It's just going to be a lot to be desired. But what you're going to get is a tough guy, a guy who knows what he's supposed to do, and a guy who has physical traits that you can kind of tailor your offense to. The deep ball will be there and things like that. So Jacoby Brissett, very good QB at number 39. So that is number 40 and 39 for my top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.